I want to carry on the legacy, and also the team, obviously they're younger, and I want them to carry on. It's not about me, it's about the team, it's about the place, and after the job was done for me.
I'm Karine, and this is The Seat of the Muse, a show I started out of love for meaningful conversations and a curiosity about the stories behind what people do. Each episode is an invitation to sit down, slow down, and listen in, because sometimes a single story can shift how we view our own. This is a space for the stories we don't always hear, the ones behind the titles, the passions, the quiet turning points, and the worlds hidden in plain sight. Now let's get into today's episode. Alessandro, welcome to the Seat of the Muse podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course, it's honestly an honor to have you here. You know, I owe credit to a very good friend and a very good client at Duke's for this, Faik. He really wanted, me to meet you, have the Duke's experience, and honestly, I'm so grateful for that, and it was an amazing experience. Only once, but for now.
Do you remember? That's my question.
I remember up to an extent.
Good, so job done. When you come at Jukes, it's to forget everything.
Exactly, I'm pretty sure I did most of the night. And so before starting any session, I like to ask my guest one question. Imagine we're doing this in front of an audience. Who is one person that you would like to see in the front row and why?
Well, they're quite... my really ideal would be... I mean, there are so many, but... does it have to be live or...
No, it can't be. No.
What we call Avvocato, Gianni Agnelli. That was, I have so many favorite customers, but this is another level.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, so you've been in hospitality for nearly 50 years now.
This year in October, that's when I arrived in London.
Good celebration, yeah. And then 18 years behind the bar of Duke's. But before that, you worked in iconic hotels like the Georges V in Paris, the Savoy in London. And I know that your path was beautifully covered and other podcasts, like we've said, that I encourage people to listen to if they want to. So today I just want to focus on your Duke's chapter, because this is where most people will have known you, same way as I did. So we'll just focus on that angle, if that's okay. And so is there anything that you carry with you today from first your upbringing in Italy and then the previous hotels which you've worked at?
Do I bring in...
in your day-to-day, like in your work and your ethics, something you carry with you from all your experiences?
Oh, the carry is actually it's quite funny now. Everybody talks about it. It's about service. It's about... So my profession is in the service industry. And, sometimes I always repeat, people say to me, who's the celebrity? And I reply, everybody's the celebrity because they pay my mortgage, they pay the food. Wherever you are in hospitality, whatever job you do in hospitality, I'm a bartender, you're a waiter, which I did, a sommelier, whatever, chef, we rely on customer.
That's true.
And at the beginning when I start, that was all about customer service. And then I think in the 99 industry got a little bit too much Hollywood. It started with the chef, they became, they became like a movie star. I never really liked that. I never been interested about this kind of, I found this, it's nice, there's more interest in what we're doing. We love it. But what I like now is what I've been preaching from day one, what I learned at kitchen school. It's about the customer. That's why wherever position you are, wherever you are in 5-star hotel, in a trattoria, in a Michelin, you are there to give it the customer experience.
That's true.
And it's not, but now I see a lot of, especially in a lot of podcasts, people in the industry, they keep talking about that. It's about time, but it's normal. It's not something new.
Yeah, no, I agree. And so what does it take, in your view, to maintain European standard in this fast-moving world in hospitality?
That's the other change, where in the past it was slower, but now everything, especially in a city like London. I mean, when I came to London, it wasn't a gastronomic it was mainly for the elite. So if you went to the Savoy, to the Connaught, that's where you had the classic restaurant or bar, but it wasn't anything like we're doing today. But now it's more democratic, so you can find where we are in this corner. When I came in 1975, there was nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Now you find Michelin star restaurant, amazing bar, and that's what makes me happy, and that's what is really nice.
Yeah. And so obviously we can't talk about Jukes without mentioning Ian Fleming. This is, after all, the bar where James Bond's famous shaken mustard initiated.
This is what they say. There's been a lot of controversy, and I think there's not such a thing who says, but knowing the history, Dukes in the 13th, the 40s was only patronized people in the military and in the government. Now there was some place where you would not know, you would not go there. So if we're talking in the 40s, the 50s, you will not go to Dukes unless you were part. And then there's a lot of like the famous shaken Nostra apparently came out from there. Is it true? We don't really know.
Okay.
My things I know for sure, there are some places in St. James seeing the difference from when I came to what is now. In the old days, St. James was mainly for men. Yeah. And even today you see all those clubs, typical British club. And some of them still old-fashioned. They don't allow the women there, which is crazy. But even the areas change.
Yes.
Even from 18 years ago, as it keeps changing. Now you see shops, beautiful shop also for everybody. It's not just for one man, just for the men. And but you have to now always move, always come out with some new idea. But Jukes is a classic establishment, so we cannot do what people do in Shoreditch for you. It's not we cannot do. Our philosophy is about martinis become. But when I took over, there was not only, I was told sometimes he was also visited by Sir Winston Churchill. Is it true or not? I know he lived around the corner for a few years.
He must have passed.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? But what I did with the team, so two of my team, they've been with me for 18 years, Maurizio and Enrico, inspired by the book and life of Fleming. And the reason, because he made martini famous. You take, for instance, the wine you drank, the Vesper.
Yes, the Vesper.
But the Vesper, when I started, you would not be able to make it. You would never mix gin and vodka. There was too many rules.
Yes.
But then, thanks to Daniel Craig, when he did Casino Royale, he says exactly the same recipe from the book.
Okay.
So whoever wrote the script didn't do the research. You cannot make it. And for me to understand, because let's not forget, Mr. Fleming unfortunately passed away in 1964 in August, so I never met him. Even people ask me,
not that old.
No, but I have people sometimes say, what you used to make for Mr. Fleming? And I say, unfortunately, at that time I was shaking milkshake. And I was a bit too young to do cocktail. And no, it was an homage because he made the cocktail famous. And Daniel Craig, now is 2006, for me, one of the best movies he did as a Bond. And he says the same recipe. And so now people want it, but you cannot make it. And he confused a lot of people.
Yeah, but you can make it.
No, I aspire.
Yes.
Of course, anybody can make it. But the ideas I was inspired, like I said, I have a book about his life and by the novel he wrote, not by the movie.
Okay, yes.
Not because movie have to be changed.
Yeah.
They have a sponsor, that to do one Bond movie, they need so much money. They need so much money, they smash cars.
Yeah.
I mean, I was lucky. A few years ago, I actually was host outside the Jukes. They were showing before the auction 2 original cars.
Okay.
And one is the one with Sean Connery where he jump out and he's got the gun.
Wow.
Yeah, and then there I met, apart there was one Bond lady who's now, he was in the 80s, very elegant lady, I forgot the name. But most of all, I spoke with, and we had lunch together with his publisher, who again passed away, who agreed certain things I asked him. And this is when I recreated different martini, inspired.
Okay.
The Vesper is the most popular one.
Yes.
But I'm not invented. Sometimes people say, oh, this is the inventor of the Vesper. No, I'm not. I don't invent anything. Everything has been invented. I inspire.
Yes, yeah.
Inspire. Like, for instance, there's one, I call it Odd Job, and that I did for Lock & Co., which is also in St. James. They are the creator of the ball art.
Okay.
They actually, in 16, I may be wrong, 1678, but it was in the 1600. He was from the gatekeeper, and then he became the Englishness. But in Goldfinger, the nasty one, Odd Job, who's got it, they actually made it, and the hat is there. You can actually see it.
Okay, wow.
So I came out with one cocktail, which is goldy color with a saffron, an infusion with saffron, gold color, and call it Odd Job.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. And so how do you, so obviously you've mentioned that, through the drinks you get inspired by Ian Fleming's books, but how do you carry yourself that responsibility of being a custodian of a place that's so deeply tied to Ian Fleming in a certain way?
Well, not only started to Martini, we carry on. So this Jukes Bar went on for quite a long time. Before my time with the Martini, obviously it was a different era. So I want to carry on the legacy, and also the team, obviously they're younger, and I want them to carry on. It's not about me, it's about the team, it's about the place. And after the job was done for me, because already we took a different level where we more, and also because customers change.
Yes,
they're not the old money. The new customer, they want to try different things. So again, remaining, and all I did, and is always an education for people when they depend where you're going to work. That is a classic. It's like a club without being a club.
Yes.
So for instance, I don't put music. There's no food apart canapé, but there's no food. It's a proper bar. We don't have a coffee machine. And this is quite odd. And then, for instance, I introduced the lemon from Amalfi because now it was possible to have, where before it was not possible.
That's true.
Then I had the opportunity to help to create the first English vermouth. So for the Vesper, you cannot use Quina Lillet. You can buy Lillet, which is a beautiful vermouth from France. But I thought, why not take a different level? Nobody's ever thought to do an English vermouth. So my friend here in Hillary, they own the Sacred Distillery not far away in Highgate.
Okay.
And they do cold and vacuum distillation. I said, why don't we come out with an English vermouth? Obviously, it's their business. They do all the work. I help them with some recipe. And we did one which is similar to Lillet and the dry one, but both vermouth, everything comes from UK.
Yeah, okay, that's great.
And also the organic, vegan, and we brought a 21.8.
Wow.
And then doing different cocktail, like one other very popular, which I think I was the first one, I think. You never know. This is when I was walking in the city of the Great Eastern, who's now changed. And truffle, white truffle, one of my favorite aroma, white truffle martini. So in the winter, we buy some white truffle from Alba, and then I do about 15, 16 bottles. Once it's gone, it's gone. Where now we do with lemon verbena. My experience in France, I was introduced to verveine, lemon verbena. I don't drink tea, I drink coffee. So I thought, what am I going to do with these leaves? Infusion martini.
It's good. You're very creative. I love that. And
but simple. Again, we don't, the other bar, our philosophy, not because we're all Italian, it's like Italian food. It's not, what we do is very simple, and I like to share. It's about the ingredients, the quality of the ingredients. We don't, and everybody can do it. Like the infusion, I always say people, whenever you infuse something, vodka, doing with gin, truffle, for me doesn't work. For other people maybe works, but natural vodka doesn't have to be anything crazy, but always we use premium brand, over 40 ABV, which is very important. And it's very easy, and then depend, like lemon verbena, it takes me about 6 days, but fresh one. And also this plant is from May until about October.
Okay, so it's like specials, like
edition. Yeah, I only use it from my garden. It's quite easy now. The truffle, for instance, it takes 1 month at least before it's ready. So each ingredient, but the main thing is to use the simplicity. So I use clean vodka, and then the product. But we don't redistill it. Like I said, and also easy for everybody to redo it because I like to share.
Yes,
it's very important. And also people are much more in the old days, people never made cocktail at home.
Yeah.
Now people do.
Now they do so much.
Yeah, and that's why I like to share.
Yeah, no, that's great. And we'll talk about the martini specifically, but then one more question to circle back to what you said. So, you mentioned that it's a private club without being a private club, and there's no music, no food. This is what not surprised me, but like I didn't expect that first coming into Juke. I was like, where's the food? I'm gonna die with the drink. I need to eat something.
Yeah.
And so what is something maybe that you've noticed that surprises first time guests at Juke's? Would it be that or something else?
It'll be the atmosphere.
Yeah.
It will be indeed the atmosphere because, again, today in a lot of modern bar, you have a DJ, not with us. But the most surprise, you can talk.
Yes.
I always put myself in the customer. Jukes is a place where you can talk. Whoever is becoming popular with, friends, they can talk. First date, we have a lot of first date, or we have people.
That's a lot of open hearts if it's the first date. That drink is dangerous.
We sometimes see people laughing. Sometimes, unfortunately, sometimes we see people cry. We don't. Yeah. But no, it's just the atmosphere. Obviously, I took away another thing. I took away the dress code, but we still have to be in the profile. So no short, no flip flop, no t-shirt, unless it's got a color. No hats to be wear, unless it's a religion. It's a different thing. With respect to different religion now, like I teach my guys, for instance, from Bermuda. The natural costume is short and a jacket, so you cannot refuse.
Yeah, okay.
You have to also understand. And we don't talk politics. We don't talk about religion. Everybody's welcome. And also, probably one of the things I managed to do it's not just about the cocktail, to create is open to everybody. We have from young people, where before, it was a little bit more older clientele. Now we have a lot of martini lovers. We become a martini destination.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I kind of understand it also because by word of mouth as well, and if it's the drink that people always have. And so if we talk about the Vesper specifically, for people who haven't yet had the chance to come to Juke's, can you tell us like what is the drink made of and why everything is like frozen? Like the glass is frozen, the gin is frozen.
Vodka is frozen.
Yeah, like what is so important about that?
Sometimes they put me in the fridge to keep. No, it's a different way to experience martini. So if we talk martini, originally was there. This is when there was tradition. When I start in 75, 76, you would never shake a martini. And vodka became much, much more later. When Mr. Fleming created Bond breaks all the rules in the book. And one of the cocktails you would never make is mixing gin and vodka. So as a young bartender, when I used to do competition, if I brought something like the Vesper, you'd be out.
Wow.
And now everybody more open mind. So this was done from my predecessor, where not only we bring the trolley to you. So that's for sure. Juke's was the first bar to serve the martini from the trolley.
Okay.
Frozen, I think that came from the Irish bar in Venice.
Okay.
Mr. Cipriani, not his father. His father at that time didn't have the freezer, but Enrico Cipriani followed his father, where he used to pre-batch bottle of gin, took away, put the vermouth at that time in the fridge, serving in and there's some historic. That's one of the historic bar in the world. And then Mr. Cipriani, the son, who is now in late 80s, is an incredible man. I look up to him. I read his books, and he had an idea to put in the freezer. Do what his father did, and what we call it now direct martini. So it's a different experience. The experience, it takes longer, and this is why I say it's a club there's no music. You don't come at Juke's to rush. We don't rush people.
No, of course.
And so, like I said, you can have a stir. There's a bit of dilution. When you shake it, there's much more dilution. You can drink quicker. Ours, it's a little bit more complicated because it's 5 shots.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
120. It's because frozen, we enchant. Say, for instance, on the Vesper, I change inspired by his book. So this is, instead to use Quina Lillet you cannot find, I use Ambra vermouth from Sacred, which again is sweeter than the dry one, but also it's got a lot of warm wood as well. It's got its own like vermouth shrub, and then it's got a Polish vodka, one part, because the real Vesper was called Christina Skarbeck. During the war, she was the first female spy for UK to go to the enemy.
Oh, wow.
But she wasn't a double agent.
Okay.
She was very courageous, and she was Polish. That took a long time for people to talk about her, and I took it from day one, because also people thought I invented. So no, I like to put things right.
Okay.
And people thought my predecessor, my mentor, used to make it for Fleming. Not at all. Not at all. Fleming never. We don't know what he drank, but he never drank the Vesper. You would never make. You would never make the Vesper.
Yeah.
And then the 3 part is with a London dry gin from Berry Brother, which is another of my neighbors. The main shop has been there in 1698. So, and then I finish with an orange for Seville. So when it's frozen, the viscosity allowed the oil.
Okay.
So in the case of the Vespa, I use an orange. Classic, I use lemon from Amalfi.
Yes.
Because when we drink, the nose is the first organ. Aroma is very important.
That's true.
And also you get a contrast. So with that's why I change it. It also go well, as you experience, if you remember. But when you bring to drink, you get this beautiful aroma of orange.
Yes.
So your brain think, oh, this is a sweet cocktail, but it's not.
Little do you know.
So, and also I realized it took me a long time. The oil from organic fruit is an essential, it's very important, it's also an ingredient. Now, if you manage to take your time and drink and sip it, it will change halfway.
Okay.
Yeah, because then it becomes a little bit warmer, but the glass is frozen. The only thing is not frozen is the vermouth.
Okay.
So eventually the oil goes down and you have a different flavor. This is why I always say take your time, never to rush. Because also if you rush, it's the dangerous part.
Yes, of course.
No, frozen alcohol, it's got a delay reaction.
Oh, okay.
We cannot adjust straight away.
Okay, wow. That's good
Especially over 40, yeah. Whenever everything is frozen, glass of wine, say for instance, you have a glass of wine, usually it's 13 and a half, 14, even if it's some of the wine now is 15. You can drink all at once. Maybe you get up, but you will digest.
Yes.
You do that with a martini, you find yourself on the floor, you don't remember what happened to you, because it blocks ear.
Okay.
And then it's like, that's why it's very important to take as longer.
Okay.
You can also to appreciate the change of the cocktail.
Yes.
But also martini, any martini, the way you do it, it's a cocktail to drink with your friend, is to sip it and to pass the time. It's not a shot.
Yeah. I mean, it's 5 shots now that you say it. But it's true. And I remember that night when we went, one of my friends was drinking it quite fast. And I hadn't even started because I smelled it and immediately I felt drunk. I was like, it's so strong that I just need to smell it to feel the effect of it. So it's very interesting to know that. For next time, I'll make sure to drink it way slower.
Yeah, it's like if you have a dinner party, you here in England, I learn, you make sure they play it hot because you want to talk with your guests. You're not going to wrap.
That's
You're spending the evening with your guests at home. This is the other way around. So that's why we freeze the glass. So it's all because it's very important because, again, one thing I always said, doesn't matter how you like the martini, doesn't matter how you make, temperature is the most, because a martini, it's a cocktail with all alcohol. It's not like I'll try the Cosmopolitan or Lemon Drop. This cocktail, you shake it, so there's a dilution.
Okay, yeah.
In this case, there's no dilution, so that's why longer it takes, but it's very important the glass is cool, and it's a different experience. Not everybody likes it. Everybody, sometimes I see from my Instagram, people, they say, oh, but that's not martini. They don't realize, because also the other thing I did, because I always like to play a little bit of cheeky, I threw the vermouth in the carpet, and it's become my touch, my signature. But the vermouth doesn't go to the carpet. What happens when the glass is frozen, I put a few drops of vermouth, and then I squirt the glass. It stays on the panel. But then I do the jester, which, as you know, is in a movie as well. And it was just, again, because you have to be your individual, whatever. So my mentor, Gilberto, who was there for many years, he was a golfer. I'm not. I don't have time to play golf. It's nothing against golf, but I definitely I cannot play golf. And he had this beautiful movement when he squeezed the lemon with his shoulder and the movement.
Okay.
So when I start, people always ask me to do the same thing. And I say, no, he's my mentor. Other people copy. I don't want to copy.
You want to be your own.
And I always preach people, whenever you have to be, and this is what I allowed my team as well, you have to be your own.
Of course.
When you're in front, the most important, you have to have knowledge. You have to understand the service. But you have to be your own. Don't copy what I do. Don't copy. You can make it. It's like, again, completely different. The Connaught used the trolley.
Okay.
Beautiful, the bar. That one of my favorite bar. I inspire them, but they took a different level.
Yes.
They're not just copy, like some other. They do the martini, the signature, they pour for really high, and with the lemon, they squeeze. Something I cannot do it. The trolley I inspire, and then they give you different bitters, so you can change the flavor, you see. And I thought, wow, very clever.
Yeah, I guess to each their own, like you find your own touch.
Yeah, because the base is there. Like I said, we don't invent it. If a
Exactly.
bartender or anybody saying, I invented, it's full of ego. Everything is invented.
Yeah.
We copy, we inspire each other. We have more product available than when I start. There's constantly, especially London, like New York has become one of the main cities for food, with all this Michelin star, and for amazing bars.
Yeah, and so obviously there's this rule where you only give 2 drinks. Why is that? Is it like for safety? For
safety. We don't promote, again, this is something I wish other bars. We are not there to make people drunk.
Of course.
We want people to enjoy. We want people to come back. We don't. And that's the most difficult part, because sometimes people don't understand.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel it straight away. Sometimes even after one.
Yeah, of course.
We see people change. So we either wait, because again, what we serve, if it can be dangerous if you don't look after. So it's very important, very important. And also we made very female friendly. In the fact, for me, it's very important. We have a lot of female customer, business women, people that like martini from different type of job. Again, it's very important. We make sure they get a taxi. We look after. We don't allow, unless we know, people to send like a glass of champagne. We don't know.
Okay, yeah.
But we make sure everybody, like I said, martini is just some people, for instance, especially in the States, a city like New York, they shake a lot. So when they come to us, we explain. This is why we bring the trolley. We do it in front of you, and we explain. That's why. And like I said, there's 120, 125. 2 is 250.
Yeah.
Quarter the bottle. So, and like I said, we don't want to. We're trying to tell. We have a lot of regular customer. They know we go.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't be able to drink 2.
Yeah, same.
I drink 1.
Same. Yeah, I drink 1.
And when 1, for me, it takes me about half an hour to drink it.
Okay.
And we're happy. And often what we do as well, we change the glass. If we see you taking long time, very happy, then we go there with a fresh glass.
For the temperature.
For the temperature, again, because to make it pleasant.
Yeah, okay, great. And so if we look inwards more at your team, you obviously don't just teach them how to make a drink. You teach them about presence, conversation. So what is the first non-drink kind of rule that you try to teach to your team?
But mainly the customer service, the main thing, I always say, people laugh on my side, but the first thing they have to learn is about, I call it diplomatic, acrobatic, charismatic. These are the 3. It's not about cocktail. Cocktail is easy. Diplomatic, because what's happened at Jukes, they're Jukes. That's very important. Doesn't matter. We don't. Acrobatic, because in hospitality, it's not just making drink or serving food. We have far more.
Yes.
The prime example is with your friends. Oh, we're going to become 4, but I know they're going to be 6 or 7. We know. No, we know. We are, like I said, we love, for instance, and not because you are here, but all your group, they're wonderful to see. Younger people, very successful, but they appreciate the place. They're not arrogant, and they know how to drink. Some of your friends, they can drink too. I don't know how they do it. Always very respectful for all the team, respectful for all the place. But I know, we're going to be 6. I know it's going to be 8. It's just, and the acrobatic is that, is to organize, or can you book a restaurant? There's many, many things we do without people realizing behind. It's not just making drink.
Yeah.
And charismatic because, like anybody, we start working when people finish work. We don't know what kind of day. We don't know anybody who comes. Again, the classic example, never judge the book by the cover. Never judge, especially today. You never know who's in front of you.
That's true.
And we are not very good to recognize people. We recognize a regular, there's, that person is very famous.
Yeah.
But always everybody's famous, so we don't really. And so that is the 3 principles they have to learn. And then it's very important because we don't sign contract.
Okay.
The product we have is together, we come. It's not just me.
Okay.
We taste if we like, and then we give to some regular customer. If it's successful, that's what I will introduce. But when they come in front of you, obviously there's some cocktail recipe we do it is on the thing, but they have to also sell the gin or the vodka. They love it. It's up to them. There's no you have to sell that product. You have to sell.
Yeah.
It's up to them. Like I said, they have to be individual. But the 3 ingredients I'm talking about, those are the most important.
Okay.
The cocktail, yeah. Because also our place as well is hidden, so it's people especially come. So you don't know, you don't want to disappoint. The disappointment sometimes the waiting is quite long, and that upset me. But there's nothing I can do because when people they go, how long? I don't know how long. We don't ask. How long are you gonna sit? The only time we give time is at the beginning.
Okay.
So we have to take booking for guest in house. But if the table is booked at 5:30, we open at 3 o'clock. I said to you, I'm full. I have a table. But unfortunately, that's when we give the time.
Okay.
Once all the booking arrive, if you stay 2 hours with one martini, we don't mind.
Okay.
We're happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you once said that, I read that the most powerful move behind the bar isn't just the cocktail, it's the silence. Can you share a moment where that silence kind of said everything? It's a lot about discretion at Jukes. So how do you know when to kind of lean in or remain silent with guests, and how to read the room, essentially?
One of the beauty, I may sound arrogant, one of the beauty of doing this for 50 years, you learn how to read people. But that comes naturally with the job. I'm not because I'm more clever than anybody else, because also in my career, I not only worked in 5-star hotel, I also ran an Italian restaurant in Surrey. I done other things, so I'm used to and which I've been very lucky. Like I say, in the old days, if say for instance in the 70s I was working at Jukes, it will be always the same customer. Now it's different.
Yes.
You don't have only you don't only have a CEO of some company. You have a younger. We have a mix, so you have to know how to talk. And then also we are in London, so we have a lot of international clientele. That also the fact I travel a lot. Learn for me. This is why people say, "Why you do it?" I learn about the costume, whatever. I'm working in different country in Asia or whatever, and not only I say what happened at Jukes. The silence is when, number one, you never talk about politics or religion. Sometimes the customer can be a little bit rude.
Okay.
So don't need to get, when I was young, I used to really, there's no point because sometimes it's not meant. Some costume in some country, they're not, they don't say, in Italy we don't say please. They're different, so there's no point to get upset. No point to, you just carry on. Silence also is not to listen. I never listen to the conversation.
Okay.
You can talk, you can insult me, I don't listen. Unless I have to.
Okay. Unless
I have to, but otherwise I make the drink. I talk to you about the cocktail, but if people talking is not, we don't intrude to the conversation. We don't. If we have, for instance, I don't really like this word celebrity. We don't ask photograph, absolutely. No, we don't ask for selfie. We don't allow other people to do it as well, if they're there. So there are different things we have to do during the service. But the silence is not about us.
Yes. Okay.
It's about the drink we're doing, and it's about the customer we're doing. That's what it's all about.
Okay.
How we are like MC. Our way is to make sure the drink is right, make sure we serve it right, and then you step away.
Okay.
If the customer want to talk, a different way, because, say for instance, a customer come in and say, "Can I have a gin martini?" And we try a simple. Would you like? Oh, just give me the house gin. So it's something happened.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful. So we communicate to each other. Or a lot of people will learn as well. Oh, what gin do you have it to? Or vodka. We introduce, maybe they never try, or maybe in the country they don't have a certain product. We have it because they're not available. So we try, it's not to promote, to show what we like.
Yeah.
And or some other time, like I say, if the customer, just give me whatever you got there, and then okay, you just make the drink, you explain, this is the lemon from it, you serve, and that's it.
Yeah.
There is not... but these are rare one. Most of the people, they want to know more.
Of course, yeah, of course. And so you've had your fair share of clientele. And you did mention when we were having, I know what stays at Jukes, like we don't talk about it, but I don't know if actually that happened before Jukes or not, but you mentioned something when we were having coffee about Madonna. Is that a story you can share?
Yeah, that's a story. No, that was at the Ritz in Paris.
Okay.
So in the 80s, I worked at the Georges V, where it did not exist, social media did not exist, and it was a happy time. Now I'm at the Ritz in Paris, at the Bar Vendôme, and I completely knew, again, it was a new experience because there were a lot of people in the fashion industry. What do I know? Of course, I like being Italian, but I didn't know anything about haute couture or pret-a-porter. Plus, I didn't know about this, obviously, some of the designer like Valentino, Versace, but he was very popular with Mr. Versace, blah, blah, blah. So Mr. Versace introduced a lot of this called celebrity on there. And at one time, we had a Madonna stay with that time the boyfriend. She came to the bar. And again, at the Bar Vendôme, we have to stay very classic. We were not allowed to do anything like what I do at Jukes now or what I do in the past. Cocktail have to be stay classic. She asked me for Cosmopolitan. I went to the concierge thinking it was the magazine she wanted because she was waiting for the rest of it. So she was there with her boyfriend at that time. And the table was booked for 6. They were first. So I thought maybe she wants to read the magazine. Maybe in the magazine there's something about her. When I went to the concierge, they told me where to go. Typical Parisian. A bodyguard saw me between the concierge and going back and said, "What's wrong with you?" Because I kind of strike no friendship, but it's the only person I was talking. It was really nice. God, I've never seen so many muscle, but it was really, really nice guy, big. He used to, and I said, the blinking concierge doesn't want to give me the magazine Cosmopolitan. Looked at me, it's a cocktail. What do you mean, a cocktail? So I went back, and again, they were still waiting. Apology, but I don't know how to make this cocktail. So she said to me, "You must be stupid, give me a Key Royale." So my touch of fame, I've been insulted by Madonna. That's it, end of the story. There was no any more communication. Okay. There was no many. I gave a Key Royale, at least I knew what Key Royale. Yeah. But then, again, I learned something.
Yeah, of course.
Now I think I make a quite great Cosmopolitan.
Yeah. Maybe next time I will try it then.
Yeah. No, the same, the Manhattan. It's because, again, my basic is always about the ingredients. Yeah.
And so I want to go a bit before we kind of get to the end of this. Beyond Juke, you had an appearance recently in a movie, Another Simple Favor, starring next to Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. How did that come about, and how did it feel to be yourself, but on camera?
Again, when you do good, you receive the film director Paul Feig is a very good friend of mine from over 20 years. Even before Jukes, he used to come as well in Paris, and he's a great man. And I help him. It's quite funny because not only him, for instance, Mr. Tucci as well loves these guys. They love cocktail, they love martini. They, like I said, Tucci does a lot of food program and drink, but Paul loves martini. I introduced different gin. Paul makes his own brand of gin. Then he made a cocktail book, which I done behind the scene a lot of things as a friendship. So in the first one, Simple Favor, Blake copied my things through in the vermouth, and she mentioned Jukes.
Okay.
Paul wanted to mention my name, but the film producer at that time thought I could take them to court, so she only mentioned Jukes. Okay. So when the sequel came, he insisted for me to do a cameo.
Okay.
This is why, but he told me, don't think everything, don't think it's all glamorous. You're going to be waiting.
Yeah.
I arrived there at the set at 5:30 in the afternoon. That scene is at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
But it was a great experience because we were in this beautiful garden in Rome, beautiful. I kept walking, and then Paul, with his kindness, because he's really an amazing human being, also the way is quite slow to make sure people see me.
Yes.
This is what is quite unusual. And I did for Anne Hendricks. I only made one mistake at the beginning.
Really?
Where I forgot to put the vermouth. But come on, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And I said, but otherwise we did 6 taking, no problem. And Paul was very impressed because I wasn't looking at the camera. He said, people, no experience. But I said, Paul, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I want to leave.
I just want to be in bed.
And also I say I'm lucky because, again, when I work at the Ritz, sometimes we have to have a certain VIP. We have to stay open the bar quite late. So I was quite used to 6 o'clock. And at 4 o'clock, I'm actually better than 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And it was a great experience because so my cameo is like a fake wedding. There's 200 extra, there's a band. I saw what's going behind. I saw what incredible.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. And
would you do it again?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely, absolutely. No, because then you meet a lot of people. I had a chance to speak to Blake, to Anne, to Paul, of course, to some of the extra people behind, to the producer who I knew, Laura. No, it was again, long, but it was great. And the main thing for me, I just kept walking.
Put your steps in.
Put the steps, I don't know, but mainly because, and then I know, it's like at work. When it's busy and I walked, it's fantastic.
Yes, definitely. And so just a quick question, was it actually scripted or they just told you, be Alessandro?
Be Alessandro, they just told me when she says no ice, and I said, of course, yeah. No, it was very, in one way, very easy. And I can tell you something, is water. You cannot serve alcohol during the movie. Something I learned,
Okay.
Yeah, you're not allowed because you do many take.
Yes.
And something could happen.
Okay.
You could, yeah. It's always, so when you see the bar, of every bottle is fake.
Okay.
Well done.
So you were serving water. Okay.
To
yes.
Anne, when she was, you're not allowed to serve
okay.
alcohol. Yeah,
okay.
Even when you see Daniel Craig, Bond, is every movie, especially from Hollywood, especially in the States. I mean, there was a lady just to make sure there was no accident for anything because we're outside in the... Yeah. Because, the fear these days, you could take them to court. Yeah.
Okay, great. I love that. I mean, I unfortunately have to wrap this up. I would have loved to talk more with you, but also I won't take much more of your time on your day off. Alessandro, thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you. This is
honestly,
great.
Honestly, an honor, and you'll see me next at the bar very soon.
And remember, take your time.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Thank you. Fantastic.
You've been listening to The Seat of the Muse, and I'm so grateful you chose to spend this time with me. If something stirred you today, a thought, a feeling, a question, I'd love for you to subscribe and follow on your favorite platform, leave a review, and even share this episode with a friend. Your support truly fuels this space and helps invite more voices to sit down with me. Until next time, stay curious.